except I don't have one. If I did, however, I would have nothing to give him but my own experience. Right? Well, I've known a lot of black people who have to give their sons the speech. There are going to be situations where you see the police. When you see your white friends running, you have to understand that you're black and you can't run or they will shoot you. That's not always the case, but it's the case often enough. Parents of black children have to warn their children of it. Children who are autistic, children who are now adults, also have to worry about those things. So you're not just black when you're a child, and you're less likely to be shot as a child by the police than you are when you're an adult. So it doesn't stop just because you turned 18 either. So what I tell my son about the world, I'd say, son, there are things that you're going to see that people are going to do that you cannot do. Because you will be blamed and you will be harmed. There are women who will hit people. You can't do that, or you will get in trouble. There are women who will lie to try to get people to hurt you. You can't do that. You will get in trouble. Just because you see somebody do something doesn't mean that you're allowed to do it. Just because a rich man beats his wife in public and gets away with it doesn't mean that you're going to. People have preferences. That doesn't make them bad people. But the folks that they listen to are going to be the people that they're attracted to. I would tell my son that although he's going to see women asking for help and getting it and going to services and getting these help, it doesn't mean that he's going to. I would also tell my son, if you have to break the law to save somebody's life, then by all means, do what is necessary. I would say to him, just because other people are violent And their first idea is violence. Their first go-to, their first suggestion is violence. You cannot be violent. You will not get away with it. And why is this? Well, I don't have a son, but if I did, obviously I'm not rich. I would want him to know the reality of how it is. Because my son might end up having Tourette syndrome or Asperger's. He would need to know that there are things that he cannot do. If you have Tourette syndrome or Asperger's, you can't run away like your white friends either. You also can't stand there like a black person is told to. You're not allowed to stim. You're not allowed to show any signs of being afraid. While you have every reason to be afraid. When you are afraid, people will pounce on that opportunity. You're not allowed to cry. People will treat you like you're weak. And they will domineer you by talking over you. And they will never stop because they have lost respect for you because you cried once. Just because you see girls crying and getting help doesn't mean that anyone's going to help you when you cry. Even the people who feel sorry for you, they've still lost respect for you. From then on in, it's their domination, their suggestions that matter, their beliefs that matter. Because you cried. People will tell you that it's okay for you to cry. But I will tell you from experience that it is not. People will take it as a sign of weakness. Even those who tell you that it's not. Those who tell you that it is okay to cry. That it is okay for you to have emotions. It's not okay for you to have emotions or to show them. If you are not a perfect man, then you will be crucified by society. And if you are a perfect man, you will still be crucified by society. And one more thing. When it comes to women and children, you will always be expected to lay down your life for them. That is your expected role in our society. It is your job to provide for them and to keep them safe. That is your sole reason for existing. No matter how much they abuse you, your sole reason for existing is to lay down your life to keep them safe, if that is what is necessary. If that means picking up a rifle and putting on a uniform and going shooting people in other countries, you will be expected to end the lives of others. That's what I'd tell my son. The reality of it is, no matter what you do in the United States, if you are a broke, unattractive man, you're not a human being to anyone but yourself. You're not considered an actual human being or treated the way that an actual human being is. They're out there about broke bitches, always trying to come up on a man's dime. How many songs are there about a scrub as a man can get no love from me, hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me? Friend does for them. The guy who makes your boyfriend laugh. For some odd reason, your boyfriend's always smiling about that guy. And of course, then you want to make fun of him, right? Whenever you have an argument. You know why he has that best friend? Because that best friend is fun to be around. This is for if I had a daughter. That best friend is fun to be around. If you get jealous of that, keep in mind that he's going to change if you make him get rid of his best friend. He's not going to be as happy. He's not going to have his trusted adult. He's now separated from his loved ones, and that is something that's abusive to people, to expect that. Now, thank goodness I don't have any kids. I'd also tell my son that although you may see women throw themselves shamelessly at men, if you do any of those things to a woman, you will be arrested. You're not allowed to stalk a woman the way that a woman stalks a man. You're not allowed to talk about your problems the way that a woman is, with the expectation of help. You're not allowed those things. You can't go to the police the way that a woman can. You can't cry wolf the way that a woman can. If a woman is angry, she may do any number of immoral things that might actually get you killed. And might get others killed. And even then, you just have to take it. You're not allowed to have problems because you're a man. Because you're a man, you're supposed to take care of it. I know a lot of women who don't have anything in common with their husbands. But their husband has a lot in common with his best friend. Don't ever throw your friends away. If they throw you away, that's their decision, and most of the time they will throw you away over a relationship. Both your guy friends and your girlfriends. sorry, both your male friends and your female friends will throw you away over a sexual relationship. Every one of them. If the person that they're attracted to is somebody they are really, really, really attracted to, yes, people will throw away relationships of over 20 years. And I'm not talking about boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband and wife relationships. I'm talking about friendships. A friendship is a relationship. And guess what? I do cry. I know the reality of it. If you're not acting domineering as a male, you get walked over by everyone. But if you are domineering as a male, you better have the status to be able to do so, which means you better be I don't have any real advice to give. I'd like to tell you rainbows. A lot of times people's happiness depends on them looking away from the harm of others. Those very same people will whine like mules if it happens to them. Oh, yeah. And I would also recommend to my son that he record every moment of every day. Because people are going to do fucked up shit. And you don't ever want it to be their word versus yours. When somebody wrongs you, they're probably going to play victim. I'd also say the moment someone starts playing stupid, that's when you need to leave. Because the next thing that they're going to do is play victim. As soon as they play stupid, that is your cue to go the other way. That is your cue to walk away from the situation and that person. I still believe in loyalty above all else except honor. If I have to do desperate things to get heard, I know that it is the honorable thing to do in this situation. And I would hope that if I had a son, he'd never have to encounter a situation like this. But we live in America. He probably will. Son, I'm sorry you were born with a penis. People are going to be allowed to harm you for the rest of your life, and they're going to expect you to say thank you after they've done so. Good to be rid of you. Thank you for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and your sister's too, and no victim left behind.